Bola Tinubu has arrived in Nairobi, Kenya this morning ahead of the African-France summit scheduled to hold between today and tomorrow in the East African country. The president's aircraft touched down at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Nairobi, where he was received by top Nigerians and Kenyan government officials. The president is in Nairobi to participate in the African-France summit, co-chaired by French President Emmanuel Macron and Kenya President William Ruto. The summit, themed Africa Forward, Africa-France Partnership for Innovation and Growth, is expected to deliberate on key issues affecting the continent. In the meantime, French President Emmanuel Macron has used a two-day economic summit in Nairobi to defend Europe's engagement in Africa, drawing a sharp contrast with China's approach and urging African leaders to take greater responsibility for governance. In an interview, Macron said he had strongly condemned colonialism upon taking office in 2017, but argued that Africa's current difficulties cannot be attributed solely to its colonial past. Apologies. Macron insisted that Europe is not the predator of this century, defending its commitment to multilateralism, the rule of law, and open trade. By contrast, he accused China of operating with a predatory logic on critical minerals, processing resources at home, and creating global difference.
We will work hand in hand with the Mairie de Paris and our Ministère de la Culture in order to go and to promote in the most iconic places, the Théâtre de la Ville, Théâtre du Châtelet, clearly to promote the program of Mansa and to have French and African artists going together and being presented to the French public in the best possible place. But we wanted as well to have a very specific place, a true house, in order to go to create a place where people can gather. And I want to thank our minister, and I want to thank the teams. So, Ministère de la Culture, Ministère des Affaires étrangères, all the teams, they work closely together, and we found a place, Avenue d'Iéna, very close to the Eiffel Tower. It will be a unique place here. You can see where it is. So,
Macron insisted that France and Europe is not in partnership with Africa for majorly its own benefits. And now the U.S. Health Department have called for calm following widespread scare, saying the antivirus disease is nowhere near as serious as COVID-19. The U.S. Health Department had earlier said one of 17 American citizens being repatriated from a antivirus cruise ship had tested mildly positive for the virus. This development has sent panic waves across the U.S., with the acting director of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Jay Bhattacharya, urging the U.S. public to remain calm about antivirus, saying it is not COVID. This is coming after health officials have said an American national and French woman evacuated from the cruise ship hit by a deadly antivirus outbreak have tested positive as the complex operation to repatriate those on board continues. This is Globe File on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lagos. Still to come, Modi urges Indians to limit foreign travel as the Iran war continues.
You can listen to Adami Mogo 93.1 FM from any part of the world. Download the Adami Mogo 931 FM app from Google Play Store and Radio Garden. Follow us on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you have eyewitness stories exclusive to share, contact the Adami Mogo FM newsroom via mail at newsroom adamimogofm.com. Or you can dial 070-634-03583. You can dial 090-319-69629. Adamimogo 93.1 FM Lagos, Voice of the Light.
Thank you for staying with us, and now to the rest of our stories. United States President Donald Trump has branded Iran's terms for ending the Middle East war totally unacceptable, raising the possibility of fresh conflict and sending oil prices sharply higher in earlier Asian trade today. Iran had on Sunday responded to Washington's latest peace proposal and warned it will not hold back from retaliating against any new U.S. strikes or permit more foreign warships in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump made clear in a post on his Truth social platform that he would reject Tehran's counter-proposal, though he did not offer details of its content. Meanwhile, oil prices have risen after Trump had Iran's response to United States proposal totally quashed. Tehran, which has served as mediator between the two Pakistan, which has served as mediator between the two sides, sent its response calling for an immediate end to the conflict and guarantees of no further U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran. And now, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appealed to Indians to revive working from home to deal with the surge in global energy prices as a result of the continuing crisis in the Middle East. Modi said the strict measures is a recall of the COVID-19 era, which reduces India's fuel use and helps save foreign exchange. Since the United States and Israel's war on Iran, India imports of its oil and its crude bill has seen a multi-billion-dollar spike. Modi, in his response, said patriotism is not only about the willingness to sacrifice one's life on the border in the present time, but it is about living responsibly and fulfilling one's duties to the nation through their daily life. In the meantime, hundreds of passengers and crew aboard a Turkish airline flight to Nepal have been safely evacuated today after the plane's landing gear caught fire while arriving at the Kathmandu airport. According to spokesman at Nepal City Aviation Authority, Gandhar Bull, the incident caused the closure of the airport's only runway for almost 2 hours in the morning, noting that it has since been reopened. Turkish Airlines said passengers were evacuated via emergency slides after smoke was observed coming from the landing gear during taxi. Now to sports, where Chelsea forward Al Pedro has named Arsenal's Gabriel Manglis as the toughest defender he has ever faced in his career this season. In an interview, Pedro said he was surprised by Gabriel's speed, adding that he has a great relationship with him. Pedro has enjoyed a fine debut season at Chelsea, but he met his match in the heart of the Arsenal defence. Pedro said what left him stunned was Gabriel's recovery pace, standing at 6'3", noting that his speed on the ground is what truly sets him apart from other top-tier defenders in the league. And that's Globe File, and just before we wrap up, here's a recap of the biggest stories. I told you President Bola Tinubu is in Nairobi, Kenya, ahead of Africa-France Summit scheduled to hold between today and tomorrow in this African country. Also on the news, French President Emmanuel Macron has used a two-day economic summit in Nairobi to defend Europe's engagement in Africa, drawing a sharp contrast with China's approach, urging African leaders to take greater responsibility for governance. Finally, it was in the news that U.S. President Donald Trump has branded Iran's terms for ending the Middle East war as totally unacceptable, raising the possibility of fresh conflict and sending oil prices higher in today's markets. And that's Globe File, as edited by Dimachuku Ndubuisi. Join us at 2 o'clock for the briefing on Adami Mogu 93.1 FM Lagos. I am Ayo